Ой. Нашли жмура. Ебаная сука. Да кого ты стреляешь, ослица нахуй? Сейчас бы от спрайтов откиснуть еще до кучи. Ну ебать. Ugh.
You've returned. Have you found them? Then you must tell me, please. Yes, I suspected as much. Cassera has a strong will and thinks with much agility. I am not surprised to learn this is her doing. Very well. What happened next? That seems unlikely to me. Alurin was the most gifted of the three in hexcraft. Not to mention he was the most physically capable. But of the third, what happened? Bertrand always had an affinity for animals. I must say that is certainly a surprising turn of events. Well, I'm sure you've done all you could. So take this with my thanks. And I will give you a discount of my services if you need them. Don't be a stranger!
Ой. Ой. Какая щедрость.
Greetings! Sage crafting is one of the primary... Don't be a stranger!
Keep all of your weapons sheathed and do not use magic. Be mindful of others. There are many, and my role is not to speak to mortals. Just keep them calm. You are possessed.
If you'll be so kind as to not disturb us in our reverie. It is the least. Keranin is one of the most talented fate weavers in. Keranin is. Keranin, your crystal war will never come here to Isa. All seasons change, and rebirth awaits around every corner.
Yes, Your Grace. Oh, excellent. Another... Oh, a mortal. I don't think I could... Oh, why, you're the ruler of the House of Ballads. How extraordinary. You wouldn't be interested in aiding a mere squire, would you? It is well beyond your station to do so, but I am steward of the High King's List and apprentice to the Lady of Receivership. Olana will be so displeased once she finds out she is well suited to her role as the Lady of Receivership, as she enjoys judging the worth of others. She has assessed me as well, and I have been found. I enjoy my role as steward, but my fear of Lady Olana overshadows any pleasure I might find in the town. Well, I've never met him, of course, but they say he is quite incredible. As tall as a tree and radiating. Dustlings ever make their way to these gardens? I believe they... Oh, I'm sorry. Do you not like to be called dustlings? My role is with the Hall of Appointments, to prepare visiting ambassadors. Right now, there are 4 terrible, regal lords and ladies that wish to see. They must enter the font in a procession, but each has his or her own preferences, and I can't Of course, you must have more pressing concerns, what with your impending death. I understand. Always. There isn't... Of course. Always. There isn't ever a moment when it's wonderful. That's one less aggravation that the dignitaries have been seen about the gardens, enjoying its many splendors. Everywhere. Goronet is in the Hall of Appointments. Goodbye, Your Grace.
Shouldn't you be in Feltown? There's no... Shouldn't you be in... Shouldn't... I've caught the voices of my old companion. I've caught... Shouldn't you... Ignore Steward Brio. He is always in a panic. Always one step behind.
I marvel at how such diverse mortal races... If sage crafting intrigues you, I marvel... Your mortal ambassadors will not give up. It is...
Welcome to the Hall of Appointments. If you wish to gain all who wish to see Tyrion must go. Welcome to all who wish to see Tyrion must go through Olana here in the hall. Your crystal war will never come here. If you'll be so kind as to not disturb us in our reverie, it is the least you can do.
They send the ruler of the House of Ballads to serve me? What form of unnatural mortal game is this? Why are you here? Of course. In what way do you wish to pester me now, Dustling? Or me? Well, my seniority dictates that I should be leading this procession. I should bring up the rear. I will make it to Tartaryon's throne, even if I have to crawl. Great Huntress Heartwen should go first, leading us all. She's particularly like that. Of
Ой, блядь, что за говно? Короче, тёлка первая, этот хуй последний.
It's good to see you again, my liege. We here in Isa are honored by your presence. How may I
Значит, их
assist?
можно вытаскивать.
This is where those who seek an audience with the summer court must first... The fae-fulfill roles in the telling, be it king or steward. I am the attendant of the court's list, and the lady of receivership. I am trained in all... Your kind has tried for so long to gain access to this sacred place. What do they fear, I wonder? Goodbye.
Hello. I marvel at how such diverse mortal races can coexist in one.
Sage crafting services here.
Ладно, сделаем квест этого козла.
I await news from the Hall of Appointments, but surely you aren't their messenger? The ruler of the order? I care nothing for order. However, if you are the one who determines such things, may I ask that you place me behind the wall
Извращенец.
her backside travel? It would be best if Garnet trails far behind Great Huntress Heartwen. Once at each other's throats, those two are difficult to tear apart. Always a pleasure.
Мясистая госпожа. Я уже забыл, кто там за кем хочет идти. Блять, в 3 километрах где-то сидит там.
I would return to Felltown if I were you.
You feel it, don't you? Anyone intimate with the ways of magic can detect the waning current. Is this how it happened at the House of Ballads? Did Hallam foresee this slow decay? I had a feeling he did. Goodbye.
Блять, это вообще левый хуй какой-то.
Welcome, youngling.
I am the great huntress Heartwen, and you are not allowed on the trellis. What brings you here, beautiful? How quaint. Well, I am the most respected and most deserved to lead. Besides, I detest that harlot, Warlord Winry. So it is only right I meet... There is something not quite right about you. A pleasure... Goodbye.
Иди нахуй. Короче, что там? Эта тёлка первая,
Avoid Nomoran. He is a fool and an instigator.
потом вторая, потом идет извращенец и в конце калеку отправить. Чё где-то так, я просто забыл, кто из них кто уже. Имена дурацкие. Локация титаническая еще. Блять. Данжи какие-то. 100 магазинов, блять. О, господи.
Welcome to the Mortal Tavern.
По 100 квестов, блять, в каждом. Ёбаный в рот. Ладно, с этим сначала разделаемся.
The House of Ballads must have taught you courtly manners, but not enough to keep you from interrupting. I am not petty, but I have limits, as do we all. I know I should lead the formation because of my position, but whatever you do, do not make me walk behind the high Fey mage Goronet. How shall I put this? He has an odor.
Ну, с ней еще поговорить можно.
Fell persons are ignorant, aren't you? The Great Cycle is what gives balance between the... As long as the Great Cycle persists, this world we share may continue...
Что там сзади происходит?
...to perfection. We adore him in every guise, yet he has a wistfulness that I do not understand. There is no more important nature than that which lusts for battle. Creation and destruction are sister. I am the flame that blackens the dirt. The smoke that
Твои звания не интересуют, титулы.
for the mortal ambitions of Own, king of the Winter Court. So we burned him, as we burn a dying forest in need of mercy. My place is prowling the Feylands in search of a worthy challenge. Not he.
Ладно, гуляй, блять. Вообще можно было бы, наверное, хуйни просто наговорить, но, скорее всего, награды не будет.
So, you're done. A right group of snakes, eh? It's good that someone does. Go on. Let's line up these backstabbing serpents. Yes, yes. Of course. And then? Yes, yes. All right. Next. Sorry.
Блять.
I don't goodbye, Your Grace.
А чё не так-то? Просто провалилось, даже никакого рофла не было. Я думал, хоть это, какая-нибудь заставка будет или еще что-нибудь. Что они повоняли бы, но пиздарный квест поганый.
It's good that someone does.
Ай.
Let's line up these backstabbing. Of course. And then? Yes, 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 yes. All right. Next. Sorry, friend.
Ну и, блядь, чё не так-то, нахуй? Баба хочет быть первой. Все это сказали. Ни одна из этих баб, блядь. Ай, нахуй. Давайте попробуем еще
So,
так.
you're done. It's good that someone does. Go on. Let's line up these backstabbing serpents. Yes, yes, of course. And then? All right. Next. Yes, yes. Excellent. That's a perfect order for these fools. Saves me the trouble of talking to them. Thank you. Farewell.
Блядь, 2000 того стоили.
Have you seen? Shouldn't you be in?
Пиздец. Ну и квесты, блядь.
Enjoy your visit to the city. Goodbye. Enjoy
Чё
your
там говоришь?
She is a harsh mistress, prone to violence, but goodbye, Your Grace.
Пойдем-ка сюда.
Welcome to the Lyceum Grove, where the great font of...
Was it 2 pinches or 4? You'll have to excuse my state, Your Grace. The House of Ballads rarely sends its ruler to meet with me. I usually entertain mortals from Phil.
Чему учит, вообще хуй поймешь.
Enjoy the mortal world immensely. It adds such texture and color to our experience. Now and then you might find me in your dustling. This is where we watch over the font, the source of magic in the gardens of Eden. The font's flow can be measured, directed, and even regulated, depending on the... He has the role of monitoring the font's flow throughout the city and the Feylands. His font master Nomeron insists that everything flows as it should. I am the steward of tinctures and elixirs. A meaningless title, one I gave myself. It may be difficult to believe, but the understyle consisted of everything growing beneath the font. Farewell, mortal.
Блять. Кража. Че за хуйня? Походу квест какой-то. Подожди. Это... Я не сюда, что ли, заходил? Блять, я думал, это дверь.
All who wish to see Tyrion must go through Olana.
Да где-то Лана, блядь, живет вообще.
If you'd be so kind as to not disturb us in our reverie, it is the least you can do.
Ничего не понял.
Remove your gems?
Welcome to the Hall of Appointments. If you would...
Ну, точно не сюда. В какой-то ж пещере квест был. Жители Исы, стражник.
Greetings.
Do not distract me, Dustin.
Watch your back. It's not hard to find the embassy. It's not hard. You should come by town later tonight.
Ля, какой стражник.
Mortals are such passionate things. Mortal, move along. I must not be bothered.
Как скажешь.
If you'd be so kind as to not your crystal war will never come here.
How do you know to believe?
I know the purpose given me, the reason I am here.
Is it just me, or does the water level seem to be dropping? I must be seeing things.
Ты где такой костюм нашла, а?
It never falters.
Я себе тоже хочу.
Is it just me? If you want to see a remarkable sight, if you want, is it just me? We're friendly enough in Felltown, but we...
The Scholia Arcana are the only outside institution allowed within the city. Issa is very tense these days, what with the Crystal War and magic. The Scholia Arcana... Issa is very... The Fae like us to stay out of the Understyle. That's their district. Our kind linger in the shadows of Felltown.
Всем помолился. Верю во всех.
That his gifts are eternal.
Я супер верун. Верую во все.
to leave me to my task. The peace edict applies to all mortal. All must follow the peace edict. This is the rule.
Как скажешь. Че за хуй?
Very tense these days. What with the crystal war and magic. The Fae like us to stay out of the understyle. I'm lingering this. The Scholia Arcana. Issa is very tense. What with the crystal war and magic. The Fae seem to revel in.
Блять. Это гильдия очередная, что ли?
Watch your back. Be warned. There is a peace edict. Be warned. There is a peace edict. Disturbing the peace and no displays of weapons.
I hope you're here about the job. Demand is higher than ever. I'm just too busy to deal with anything else. You think I like being confined to this cage? Think again. And after all we've done for... It's safe, that's for sure. At least for the time being. I don't quite... What do I know of Fae politics? I didn't even know they had a city until Gwen and I were allowed in. All I know is that there's opportunity. I can sum up the war in one word. Folly. It is... She's the general merchant in the United Merchants delegation down the road. We've been friends for years now, I believe. Not just anyone can enter the secret city of the Fae. Oh, those in the United Merchants are the lucky ones. Of course, once you see how much gold they actually make in Issa, you will no longer envy them. Sure, you want to know about me? It's understandable. My mother was a merchant in Rathir, and I learned the trade at her side. I took the apprenticeship with Gwenna Hand, mostly to get me into Issa. Now I'm on my own. Making a fortune is what? These visitors come with obscene amounts of... I created a blade. Fey blade, of course, that makes them authentic, something all of them had to have. I called it the Honor brand. Truth be told, it's dull as a stick, but it's easy to make. Listen, if you can find the parts and make them, I'll pay good money. Your loss, my friend. Tell me, are you hard-working? Do you play fair? Are you more interested in quality? Fabulous, fabulous! You know a good deal when you see it. There aren't enough people like you in Issa. Once you start forging the honor brands, bring them to me and I'll provide you with... There should be plenty of parts around the city. For creatures with no interest in possessions, it's you and me, friend.
Короче, это радиант квест очередной, что ли? Не хочу.
Welcome to the embassy. You will see that every
Let me guess. You're here to buy a title. No? A bride. I apologize. Forgive me. Sometimes the work in this place is too much. I thought East...
Титул можно купить. Но пока я не знаю, зачем потом.
You think I want to be here, stuck in this giant vegetable? Never. My mother... I have a young soldier back home who waits for me. But can I be with him before he sails? No. Do yourself this one favor.
Какая печальная участь. Сейчас расплачусь.
It's a den of deceit and malice. The war is the only reason I'm not still resisting my appointment. Something must... I don't believe the Fae see the Losselfar and Dokulfar as separate groups. They tend to view the world... Sometimes working alongside the Dokulfar is difficult. But we have an... See you later.
Our days are hard, petitioning the court, pleading with the... Our days are... If this were my city, I'd want... Do you have the authority to be here? The gardens of Issa are for the privileged few with papers.
Бля, мне эта хуйня нужна, но ее не взять никак.
I apologize.
Бачи за чудовище.
Has many obligations to attend to. I apologize.
Ладно.
Welcome to the embassy, young one. I am Scholar Icob of...
Не, надо выбирать, у кого титул взять.
There's much to be gained from an alliance with the Summer Court, although I can't say I enjoy working with Fae directly. They've already grown and changed. The Tuatha themselves are a new breed of creature. I've had a long career as an ambassador with the Domus Politica, and as a clerk, we find them endlessly fascinating, in their ambition, in their magic, and in their... I've no love for the other races here, if that's what you're asking. The Allmain. They don't leave much of an impression, if I must be honest. I'll forgive... We have a unique interest in the Fae, but I cannot explain further. I will say this. The scholars in Odessa have a keen interest in gaining High King Titarian's trust in a flighty creature. During my audience with the king, he forgot my name not once, but twice. It was insulting.
Печально. Это слышать.
I have titles, but for a price.
I am Ambassador Brenner. If you wish to deal with the Varani, I am your contact. They don't deserve the breath I waste on them. There are powerful warriors in their ranks, but as a group they share no collective spine. I do not enjoy this position, talking instead of fighting. Speaking of this is not a life I chose, here in this fetid swamp of a city. I was raised on the sea, an adventurer.
Чему учишь, хуй?
Aren't you bold? This is the Varani wing of the embassy, and few venture here without being summoned.
Блять.
I have lived in less hospitable places. The Fae may not understand what it means to be mortal, but I have served my people for 40 years. Now I serve here, in the gardens. It is here I enjoy...
Разбульба какой-то.
That's what this is, isn't it? As always, the Varani will try. The High King knows why we are here, yet he does nothing. Our people die at the hands of the Tuatha. Titarian and their summer court will know our anger, and they will aid us or perish. The High King...
Чё у меня с грудью происходит?
Titarian and their summer court will know our anger.
Пиздец. Так, давайте посмотрим, что титул дает. Так, подожди. А, вон квест посередине.
This had better be worthy of my time. The Varani allow the purchase of several titles for use in the gardens of Issa. They are rare.
Кровавый дождь, хранитель оружия. Тайная рука смерти. Это хуйня, я даже не знаю, зачем это надо. Бля.
Then we must do what needs to be done.
Perhaps we must finally swallow our dignity and draw our swords. Quiet. We must not discuss this further in the open. You must be the special messenger Titarian's expecting. Trust me, the rest of us have heard plenty.
Чё у тебя на щеке? Прыщ, блядь, какой-то.
I am Methani Keen, Dokalfar ambassador to the Summer Court Fae. I'm sorry. This is where the Fae hide us to keep us out of sight. I used to take offense, but I got over it. I wouldn't want... Not everyone is welcome up there. It's where the court of summer nobles spend their time reminding themselves of past glories. I'd avoid it. Issa is fine, and the Fae are tolerable, but many believe they should do more to support the war effort. They are a council of Fae nobles that advise the High... Well, more of a game than usual. I've met with him several times. I'll admit, he radiates a certain... Something is about to happen, and it must be stopped. But that is all I can say. This is neither the time nor the place. If you're in, I will wait for you there. This is not the place. I will meet you in the... She is no politician. She is a warlord, and a cruel one. I've heard stories that would make your heart brittle. She was sent here for one reason alone. Goodbye.
Восстание, пиздец. На что я подписался? Че музыка такая нелепая играет? Что за титул, кстати, даешь?
Believe it or not, I'm here to help. I understand. Well, I can offer you the traditional Alpha type.
Темный охотник, вдохновитель судьбы. Ой, великий мистик.
That's fine if you change your mind. See you later.
Хотя давайте купим. Хуй с ним. Не знаю, зачем это надо.
Believe it or not, I'm here to. I understand. Well, the Alpha are not only warriors, but the wisest of mages and scholars. If you will.
Я сдаю свой старый титул.
Farewell.
За что я платил 3000?
I apologize.
Че это дает вообще?
Are you in search of aid? I will assist. Farewell.
Это типа отсылка на Фейбл, что ли, или как?
Hello, I am Ambassador Calder of the Almain. We may be new.
А, блять, у этого тоже можно было посмотреть.
My kin, I have humble roots. My parents were both travelers. Despite my position as lead ambassador to the summer court, I am an outsider. That is, I do not wish to speak ill of other diplomats, but Ambassadors Keen and Brenner of it is simply an honor to be here. We Almain are doing our part for the goodbye.
Блять, отключить эту хуйню.
Welcome to the embassy.
Mark my words, the summer court will end its
Ой, слава богу, квестов нету. Ой, хорошо как.
Get over here. We don't abide by strangers in Issa. In this city, everyone is fat. It's not exactly the keys of Rathir. Well, technically, we're not supposed to carry or sell. If you're on the market for something deadly, I'm your man. It's better than the cellar crawl space I called home just 2 months ago, believe me. The Fae may be grumpy, but they've got nothing on giant rats. The Dockside District in Rathir is a lovely place. If you're looking to have your throat cut or contract a nasty disease, you know.
Блять, я не заметил сначала, как он выглядит, пиздец.
It's a lot of fun. Not much to tell. Heard the war horn of the recruiters.
Ну, сище отрастил.
Slipped out in the dead of the night, I did. What good is fighting when the Tuatha don't die? Besides, I'm a businessman.
Ладно, что ты продаешь? Я уже вижу, что ты говно просто пытаешься мне загнать. Помойную хуйню.
Got my hand on a pass into Issa. I know. The Scholia Arcana are the only outside institute. The Scholia Issa is very with the Crystal War and magic. They seem to revel in their ignorance.
Эти обвязки вонючие надо собирать. Блять.
Memory Walk is an unnatural place. Cursed by the Fae's false gods. Memory Walk, mark my words. The summer court will end. Mark my memory walk. Mark my memory. Mark my memory. Mark my words.
Обычно у них 3 фразы.
I'm Gwenna. I don't have many weapons to offer on account of the peace edict. This is where the Fae keep us so we don't blemish their pretty city. Can't say I blame them. We're an unruly and ugly lot, mortals. The Fae didn't have laws. At least not official ones, until we arrived. You must be one of the special exemptions. Let me guess. Ambassador? Scholia being here isn't good for business, that's for sure. I see the same damn 20 faces every day. But it's an honor for Britain. The Tuatha were intensifying their attacks against Mel Sinshir. The Bastion and my twin brother and I were entering the army to fight for the Alpha when I panicked. I'm not proud of running, but I'm much more useful here as an unofficial ambassador.
Чё, в Казахстан, да, эмигрировала.
From years ago. He spent time as my apprentice, but recently set out on his own. He sells authentic ritual Fae blades outside in the square.
Никто, блядь, рюкзак не продает. Ёбаный в рот, а.
Need training? You've been watching me long enough. What is it? Did I wrong you in
Да ты мне нахер не нужен. Чё делаешь? Обучаюсь.
Idle hands can lead one into... I have no interest in this war between mortals and the deathless. If you're willing to spare the gold, I can teach you what I know. I don't... Sounded like a good opportunity. I can't say the peace edict has hurt business, but it's not exact... Let the Fae try to stop me from carrying arms in the city. What you've no doubt heard is correct. I am the Holt Friend. My youth was spent as a mercenary, but I have since renounced those ways. Unfortunately, my enemies have... It's as good a place as any, I guess. But after a while, people begin to remember you. And for some... Besides, could there be a better place to hide from this offensive war? The only weapons you find in a... It is an ancient Alfar kingdom far across the sea in the dense swamps of Klurkon. I once helped its great lords overcome a terrible Bolgan... problem. Farewell.
Оно будет считаться ворованным, если я его сделаю. Блин, был один сделать все-таки.
Presenting our honored guest for worship.
Как они хоть выглядят-то? Блять, у меня от количества информации уже голова болит.
Sounds like you've been busy. That's it. These will drive the visitors mad with envy. Everyone will get one. And what will I get? Whatever.
Сколько ты мне дал хоть? Иди-ка ты нахуй, блять, с своим квестом говняным.
Presenting our honored guest.
Memory Walk is an unnatural place. Cursed by the phase of the throne.
Welcome to the Mortal Tavern. I believe they call it Asker's Alley.
If you see that rodent Brick Codkin, you tell him I'm coming. Trickster sold me a Fay on a brand last week. Thing wouldn't cut a spinster's thread. The last beautiful welcome. If you see that rodent Brick.
You look like one who enjoys a game of hexes. We mortals need something of our own here in Issa. Why can't it be gambling?
Никаких
Not much to do here in the Fey City.
никаких азартных игр.
What do you want to know about me for? Is this some kind of Fey and folks here have gold. That's enough for me. Finished already?
В этой игре азартные игры это наебалово.
Normally you wouldn't find me reveling in an ornate.
It's not hard to find the embassy. Just listen for the. It's not hard to find. You should come by town later tonight. That's when we be warned. There is a peace edict in the gardens of Issa. No disturbing.
Sorry, cousin. I'd buy you a mug if I wasn't dirt poor.
Good to see more pointy ears in this shack. Don't be too impressed by all the nobles and ambassadors. Anyone can buy a title.
Да, я себе уже купил один.
Do you think the court of summer even exists? All of this posture. Do you think that? Do you think the court of? Do you think?
Блять, какая там третья фраза была?
Beautiful than I imagined, and to think she spends her
Have you ever been up to the trellis? I hear it's quite beautiful.
This one.
Have you ever been up? Normally, you wouldn't find me reveling in an all-main town.
Hey there, pretty. This is Aska's alley. If you're new in the city, I can help. I know everything.
Прям все. Ебать! Она реально все знает, по ходу дела. Че продаешь? Блять. О, не, рюкзак. Заебись. Заебись.
It's the Fey neighborhood on the other side of the city. There you'll find the Hall of Appointments and the Lyceum Grove. They don't mind if you go exploring in the Understyle, but I wouldn't suggest it unless you know your way around. The Fey can be easily offended. Olana and her squire Brio, they have the good fortune to meet with all the nobles who visit the High King. A life of lords and... So you want to brush up on your bad luck, do you? That game will do it for you, all right.
Блять.
I said it's all magic to me. If the Fae said this city got its power from glowing purple antelopes, I'd probably believe them. Sure, it's a place to sleep on the floor.
На полу сама спи.
Let me just say that I adore Olana. She's one of the few Fae that I've met face to face.
Что за Лана там? Мне уже интересно.
We provide your basic public service. Ale, and if drinking isn't your thing, then you can always stop by the... When Issa first opened, the Alfar approached the humans about creating a shared shop, so people here could get their sundries. All of this was lost on the Fae, of course. Most of the United Merchants are good people, like Wystron and Gwenna, but that blacksmith's apprentice, Britt Codgan, he's a leech. Oh, that's a sinister spot, isn't it? Even the Fae take a few extra steps to walk clear of... Is that the one at the far end of the Understyle? Yeah, I think that's the place. Never been there. You see, the city gets its magic from the water. They call it the fountain. Or is it the wellspring? I never remember. I'm sure it's just a store. The Askers took me in when my pa was killed in the war. That's been nearly 10 years. Now this is my home, pretty. It's where you'll find me every day and every night. Oh, if I had the finery and manners, you wouldn't find me any... But it's a dreadful place these days, what with the war. The dock of... I prefer the United Merchants delegation. Those are my people. Bye now.
If you see that rodent Britt Codkin, you tell him I'm coming.
Have you seen Lady Wenry? She's more beautiful than I imagined. And to think, she spends her days with us regularly.
If you're looking to drown your worries at the bottom of a bottle, this is the place. But if you're looking for the Victor's Brew, we don't sell that in Aska's Alley, and you'll have to take your business elsewhere. The ambassadors requested that facilities be created where flesh and blood folks could put their feet up. Not that So the All-Main approached my family about starting a tavern. The alley does well. Oh, yes, sorry. The United Merchants Delegation. It's a coalition of traders that have been granted permission to sell their wares in Issa. I know better than to criticize the Fae. They call us children of dust. We treat them like people, but they're like... This city has been here for thousands of years. Longer than that, even. It will be here long after we're gone. I wouldn't say I ran from the war. I just don't need to know every little thing that's going on. There's a...
Охуенный способ помогать.
Very small. Very secretive. But it's not a drink for the man who appreciates craftsmanship, tradition. It just helps the soul. It's the most popular drink in Amalur. At least it is now. My Asker's Ale used to be the... My brother and I are working on a new drink, but it requires... Wait a minute. Maybe you could help. If you do, I could... Suit yourself. I'll figure some way to get those seeds. Always. If you've got the time and the resources to help me, then I've got...
Что тебе надо?
Bring back our grandmother's... The recipe calls for bristletongue seeds. And if you're talking rare ingredients, bristletongue tops the list. The problem is that the Fae control the use of bristletongue, as it's a product of the Font's waters. Talk to Jackson, their apothecary. He can probably get it. He spends his time in the Lyceum Grove in the Understyle section of town. He's an odd duck, always crafting new tonics. It's been in our family for 4 generations. Since the days of our grandmother entrusted us with the formula, and we made a fortune from it. But Almir the Bold was the first king of the Almain. He brought us out of lawlessness and misery. We've always wanted to see you soon.
Канитель.
Turn away, mortal. The den of night is meant for the impudent. Your entrance shall be denied. It is where the brazen and unrepentant are sent to consider their crime. They are given time to reflect, and when they are ready, they meet. It's a great privilege for mortals to reside in this, our most sacred dwelling. My own telling has brought me here to the gardens of Isa. Farewell.
Ух ты, нихуя себе. Нихуя себе. Брони, конечно, маловато. Блять, в труху нахуй. Так, подожди. Что-то я провафлил. Он вроде сказал, что здесь куча пленников. Я ни одного не вижу. Блять. Да ёб твою мать! Помойка. Чуть было сам себя не проклял из-за такой ерунды. Ничего не стоящий. Вот там пещера. Конца и не видать. Чуть не понял. Серьезно, блядь? Ёб твою мать. Как они так облажались? Жесть. Чё, направо имеет смысл идти? Чё нету? Ебать, это урон, я охуею. Просто фарш.
Yes, Dustling.
Я зачистил твой данж.
Slumbers in the den of night has found themselves there. I do not want to see you in here, Bart.
Раз, источник. Че по квестам? Блять, я играю уже. Час. Я все еще просто бегаю и собираю квесты. Просто жопа. Натуральное очко. Че за хуй?
I am at your enjoy your visit to the city, your grace. Long live the farewell.
Блять, этот дебил сюда пришел. Так, что там еще на террасе кто-то квест дать хотел? Пойдем на террасу, блядь.
Have you noticed how the gnomes never seem to exit their branch of the... If you have any question, I met with the Court of Summer just recently. Titarian was quite gracious, although he didn't grant...
Have you seen the bristletongue blossom on the font above? It's blooming quite well this season. Have you seen the Lady Hartran waits and waits, but will the High King ever... Lady Hart, have you seen the bristletongue blossom?
Are you supposed to be up here? The trellis? Are you supposed to be up?
Do you have an audience with the High? I would return to Felltown if I were you, Mort. I would. Do you have an audience with the High King?
Be well. Welcome to the trellis, mortal. Tread carefully.
Какие названия грозные. Оружие.
Oh, you took me by surprise. I am Lord Saramer, the High Lore Sage of Issa. I am here to answer all questions. This sanctuary is where the knights of our most prestigious house stay when visiting the court. All Summer Fae clutch the glory of the House of Ballads to its collective breast. By choosing to lead the Summer Fae, Titarian, he feels the waning magic as a mortal might feel his heart sink at the sight of his sunrise. When our seasons, it is meant exclusively for those close to the Summer Court, or the Ambassador. Our most honourable institutions reside on the trellis, including the House of Ballad Sanctuary, and what was once the house. We are the children of the fields and fountains, a Fae body filled with a deep breath. For many seasons we lived in these forests and canyons alone, distrusting, apart. But once we felt the cup, it was one of the Fae's great houses until its leader was challenged and beaten, and the magic faded. Now even the sanctuary here on the trellis is wilted and closed as a result of our great loss. Or perhaps it's a sign of something darker.
Впервые слышу какой-то дом доблести, блядь. Наверное, это интересно и важно. Че за хуйня?
May the stone sing your song to the ages. May the breath of time remember you. Listen, Olaine thought to bring the light. To save a village plague. To find a cure. Once the ill were brought to health, and the villain had...
Давай, блядь, что это?
You're always welcome. May good fortune follow.
Ебливый говноквест выдали.
All must follow the peace edict. It is the rule.
Да мне похуй.
It's good to see you, my liege, despite the omen that you represent. You've ascended the House of Ballad. Every season, one is chosen to attend the font's magical flow. I feel the strength of the currents. They wash through me. They rise up and open. It has been located here for many of your generations, what we call seasons. Only the summer court resides on the highest terrace, far above the rest of us, as it should. As it is in every season, this family of Summer Fae has communed at the feet of its greatest leader, the High King Tatarian. The Western Feylands are... It is the source of Summer Court magic and touches our realm of origin, the land of Ashara. While wise and powerful, he's also brash and narrow. A sliver of light in a world so dark that most mortals know nothing of what lies beyond the veil. The magical realm of Ashara. It is a mystery even to us, as we departed its shores many seasons ago. Of the gardens of Issa? Of the Summer Court? Why, this I know because I am Nomeron, master of the font, the wellspring of all Summer Court magic. I've seen it flow at its highest, but I've never seen it. Something must be done before all this city withers into nothingness. The font is the source of all Summer Court magic. That flow has waned in recent days. It's unnatural, even as the magic in the world grows. I'm sorry to hear you say that. I must now devise a plan in which I increase the flow myself and herald that there is still time, but only if we take it upon ourselves to act. The font's flow is controlled from the Lyceum Grove down below. We must open the root system, and however the magic that regulates this flow can only be used by some. It can only be opened by one who carries drops from each of the 5 sacred pools. Collect these drops, and you can break the water lock.
Ой, блядь.
Pools are the collection points for the font's yield. You will find 2 of the pools below in the gardens themselves.
Ты сам этого не мог сделать, блядь.
Collect water from each of the 5 sacred
Козёл, блядь.
and then go to the Lyceum Grove. Goodbye.
Сходить набрать воды, блядь, он просит хуй пойми кого, блядь, и заняться этой парашей ебаной. Пиздец. Убежище времен года. Там я, кстати, еще не был.
Please leave me to my task. Bother someone else.
Have you seen the Bristol
О, блядь, я его размножил.
Avoid Nomeron. He is a fool and an instigator. The font dry up? Why, welcome, youngling. You should visit... Welcome, youngling. You should visit Saramar in the House of Ballads.
Не, того не стоит время тратить. Давай зайдем сюда.
What is it? Be mindful of others. There are many in this.
The peace edict.
What is it?
Applies to all. Move along. I must not be bothered.
Mortals are such passionate things. Be mindful of others. There are many in this city who wish.
Кто?
Yes?
Кэррион, Кэрринан.
Welcome to the garden. But you have not come to visit the city, nor to speak with me. You are here on much grip. I can help you divine the role you will play in coming events, and the skills needed to... I am only a visitor here like you. Perhaps I was drawn to this place. This is where the Fae of Issa fulfill their roles in the telling. You mortal... Farewell.
Мне твои услуги не нужны. Блять, зачем они ее так далеко поставили? Смысл сюда заходить? Вот серьезно. Уже ни хера нету больше. Два стражника, дура это. Ой, пошли воду набирать. Так, это я уже читал.
Yes?
Мне еще сюда надо будет зайти. Посол. Бля, квест посла пока не хочется делать. В самой жопе просто находится. Это что такое?
If you want to see a
Весело, если у вас.
Have you noticed how the gnomes never seem to exit their branch of the embassy? They are the most peculiar people.
Да.
Do you have business with the Varane?
Блять, какого хуя? Что ты здесь делаешь?
I am at your service, lady.
Presenting our honored guest, her worship, the muse of...
I knew it, just as I had predicted. Welcome to the Lyceum Grove, where the majesty Bristletongue, my, that would be something. A mockingbird with the font's only yield. Of course I will tell you where it is, but before I do that, you need to offer me something. As steward of tinctures and elixirs, I often dabble in alchemy, especially with the water from the font.
Че ёбнутый?
Clearly, you don't want to know the location of the Brkupai.
Сука.
I can tell you what you want to know. Good.
Давай свою мочу.
Go on, big gulps now. None of that. Farewell, mortal.
Прощай, смерть. Ублюдок, блядь.
Presenting our honored guest, her worship, the muse of fate.
Nice to see you. Everything go. See you soon.
Не в порядке. Меня чуть не отравили здесь. Короче, все приводит к этому месту. Блять, с этой поговорить, что ли? Что 2 раза не ходить. Не хочется так.
Good, you've come. I'm sorry to make you wait like this, but what I
Что происходит?
see around you, The gardens of Issa are on the brink of... The Varani are displeased with the Court of Summer's lack of support for their people, and they wish to overthrow Tater... We can prevent this, but we must act now. If saving your people isn't enough, we can... The Varani cannot stomach Tartarian's neutrality. They believe that his Fae subjects could be convinced to march with us on the battlefield. I believe this as well, but I would never resort to violence. We cannot let that happen. It will ruin all our people have achieved here. You are wiser than most of the fools in this city. Goodbye. I understand that what I ask is not easy, but it is for the good of every last soul. Of course, it is the right thing to do. The leader of the plot is the Varan. Every night, the ambassador strolls Memory Walk, alone. She carries a pair. Afterwards, dispose of them. Destroy them. Salvage them. The Varani communicate secretly using weapons. They engrave codes, and we believe this particular pair of daggers describes the defenses of Issa. Where it's strong, she spends most of her time in the embassy. But in the evenings, she... Goodbye.
По-моему, на самом деле она и есть предатель, блядь. Вот находит. А я могу с ней поговорить? Ради интереса. Блять, куда я пошел? Нахуй.
There's always a festival in Felton.
Have you bought a title yet?
Ты, блядь, 2000 нахуй. Титул мне обошелся. Этот упырь стоит.
What do you want? Do you have business with the Varani in the gardens of Issa? If so, then you must speak with me. She's a disgrace to your people, and I find it hard to believe the Alfar couldn't find a stronger person for such... You must mean Keen and her cohorts in the embassy. Lapdogs, all of them. They don't appreciate the situation. This plot interests you. Listen, Ambassador Keen tries to stop me, but she can only do so while she lives and breathes. You can help me put in... Such as this game of diplomacy. All options are in play until an obvious choice. Kill that scheming whore. Deliver these daggers for me. A courier awaits. This is what must be done. The Varani will not be threatened. She is either working in the embassy or praying down by the city gates on the lower terraces. Try to find her alone. The guard...
А пока не буду никого убивать, а потом разберемся. Блять. Так, на чем мы остановились?
I am at your service, my lord.
Самые обычные кинжалы. Че, до меня доебутся сейчас?
I marvel at how such diverse
К стражнику подойти.
mortal races can coexist.
Украсть кинжалы.
All must follow the peace edict.
If you have any questions.
Yes, what do you want?
А этот не купит, что ли?
Doesn't look like you've had any luck.
А, блять, это вообще не торговец даже.
Presenting our honored guest. For worship, the mule.
Need anything? I've got the best in Isa. It's nice to know you're sticking around for a while. Isa.
Че я могу продать ей эту хуйню?
Residents tend to make themselves at home. Come back again.
Не знаю, насколько это хорошая мысль. Давай их просто разберем.
Let us never speak of this again. I don't know you. I don't like you. And I hope I never see you again. Take this gold and these supplies. Such items are hard to come. We must not be seen in fellowship. Our...
Hello.
Вот она благодарность.
Ah.
Блять. Ладно, все вроде сделали, осталось только сюда зайти. Ой, блять. Хип твою мать.
Oh, why must you keep bothering me? My audience with the king could begin at any time. I spent many seasons wandering the wood of the Sidhe. Such groveling is beneath me. Such spectacles of royalty and procedure. I may be able to wait in it. He's the most beautiful of us. A being of absolute perfection. It is a shame he must... I remember a cycle, a great many seasons, when your kind did not trample the gardens of Isa.
They make up the most powerful body in the world, especially now that the mortal races have become embroiled in...
I am very pleased to see you again. Mortals, such fascinating things.
Это эти дурачки. Кстати, этот обучает.
My experience with you has convinced me that fell persons, while slightly stupid and aggravating.
Какая агрессивная.
Welcome to the trellis, Dustling. This is a... Just look at the House of Valor. The crumpled husk of its former self. Is this the fate of all our... The trellis was created as common ground where the members of the great houses may meet. However, it's not been the same since the House of Valor fell and the House of Seasons was deserted. And I always... Growth is violent, and nothing can reach fruition without surviving conflict. That now, however, this great house has fallen to mortals such as you. That is why the...
Что за дом? Откуда он взялся?
Those in tune with the great cycle went to understand its many mysteries. But the great house now stands empty, its occupants gone. King Titarian will not speak of it, but I know something has happened. Whatever it is, the signs...
Еще один дом проебался.
I've come to the gardens of Issa to report the decay of wild fae. They are disappearing. Either they are vanishing due to the decline in fae magic, or someone is hunted. Every one of our kind has a gift, they say, a role in the telling. Mine is to seek harmony with nature. Most of my seasons are spent in the shadows of the canopy.
Пиздец. Хуя они ебанутые.
All must follow the peace edict. It is the rule in Issa.
Открыть плотину.
Peace edict applies to all mortals. Noble and common alike.
What the peace edict is it?
The font must be protected.
По-моему, здесь по стелсу надо.
Mortals have no... I am guardian of the court of summer and protector of the font. Many believe that the font supplies all of the western Feylands. The realm of its petals open once every few seasons. Lifetimes for mortals such as you. But it's here.
Как он варит пиво с этой хуйни, если оно, блядь, раз в век вырастает? Что тут меня наебывает, блядь? И смысл ему вообще от этого? Ну, сварит он одну чарку. Дальше-то что? Вторую-то не получится.
We come together in the evening hours to connect. The court communes in the building behind you. They are not to be disturbed. It is time to leave. What is it? I am not to be distracted, Mort. You must go now.
Красоты там твоего астралиста уже нету. Он был спизжен. Здесь ничего нету. Километры друг от друга находятся. Ну хотя бы закрой этот город поганый. Здесь дерьмовых квестов больше не будет здесь. Там только гильдия магов осталась. Чё ты не бежишь? Чё я сделал вообще? Гильдия магов, мейн квест. И все вроде. Так, еще к этому хую надо сбегать, отдать ему его на астралист. В кустах труп валяется. Давай, удиви. 2000, да? Да, 2000.
Now we'll see if the victors take this, friend. And like I promised, the merchants here will give you. See you soon.
Ебать, такой длинный квест ради 2000. Ну, в принципе, пора привыкнуть, что 2000 это местная, это, блядь, ультимативная валюта. Зарплата на любой вид профессии. Хоть король ты, хоть, блядь, батрак на угольной шахте. Твоя награда 2000. Неизбежно.
Done well, child.
Мастерские туфли.
Will never know what is really happening. But in the end, is this a part of the many seasons or the sudden tempest? Does Heidi take this? You're brave. Perhaps we will...
Я просто, блядь, 3 корзины плюнул, сходил. О чем ты вообще, чувак? Че за хуйня, блядь? Я типа наебал всех. Обычной воды налил. Блять. Че, блять, натворил вообще? Цветок какой-то погубил, блять.
Can I eat? Welcome to the trellis, mortal. Tread carefully.
Водопад какой-то открыл. Охуенно. Заебись. Че, ждете, да, попуски? Ждете? Кстати, хуйлан. Там твой астралист, блядь. Спизжен. Поебать вообще. Я могу еще раз залутать? На карте написано, что можно. А ну, ёбки, я захожу. Так.
You have nothing to fear in His Majesty. He has entered a reverie. It will allow him to step forward, and His Majesty will reveal...
Ну, ты здесь.
Impressive work. Grand as this is, I can't stop worrying about Hughes. I wonder what became of Hughes after the tower. The old man... Grand as this is, I can't stop... I wonder what became of Hughes after the tower. The old man is too clever to die.
The king has taken notice. Now that's something. Welcome to the High King's court. Word travels fast, even among the Fae. Titarian's gone far out of his way for you. He must find you as intriguing as I do. Don't keep the High King waiting. Even I wouldn't dare keep Titarian waiting.
Да. Роскошно выглядит, ничего не скажешь. Почему-то... У меня такой брони нету. И зачем эти места вообще? Так, кто здесь? Что этот стражник? Стражник. Хранимся, хуй знает, что нас тут ждет. Ебись, бля, не заставка. Это король этот хуй. С лицом таким же, какой у любого эльфа.
Conceived in chaos, birthed in stolen magic, torn from fate.
Блять, чуть не обосрался.
Child of two fathers. Treacheries in treacheries. Winter is broken. A puppet king upon his throne, drinking flattery and lies. The power that grows in him is not his own. In the east it did begin, as it will end. From behind the veil she screams. Madness and rage. Madness.
Че там слева за 3 колонна, блядь, стоят?
We realize this may be confusing for you. Fate, like the Fae, cannot be changed. But the Tuatha are Fae who have become something new. And you are a mortal who is free from Fate's weave. Gadflow claims that the Tuatha are the work of his new god. If the Tuatha are the creations of a god, what does that make you? The time of the Fae is passing. Our land and our souls are diminishing. Few Fae even... Gadflow's war means the death of us all, Fae and mortal alike. It is too late for us, but not for you. That is the fate which I look. Even with the power of a god, you have the humility of a mortal. Perhaps this gift has found the correct person. This is a time of great change. Change we once thought was impossible. We were wrong. That is how I understand it now. You are intertwined with the power in Alabastra. There can be no doubt of that. We do not know what will happen when you travel there, but we know that the power behind Gadflow is your ultimate goal. His god holds your answer, and the fate of this world. Perhaps. Although you may choose your path now, you did not choose the ability to do so. We have seen those who were destined to be heroes, for whom great deeds came naturally. They come, they act, and they pass on as written. You do things, great or terrible things, not because you must, but because you choose to. You are right. No one can force this upon you. God will continue to... When they do, know that while you may be unbound, but to fight it, you must assemble allies. Seek their aid to assemble your forces. Only then can you hope to resist the forces arrayed against you. It is the deepest tragedy that our fall should come from our own. Make no mistake, in fighting him and his army, you will surely spell our doom. For that tragic truth, we forgive you. Our cold cousins across the sea. Do not think the Winter Court our enemies, for we love them as— Oh, to walk in their starlit gardens once again, or sip their calming stone tea. We are the dreams of warmth and safety, given physical form. But these dreams are endangered by Gadflow. The summer and winter courts have always ruled the Feylands in harmony, as the seasons wash across the world. The Winter Fey who followed him called themselves Tuatha, and bore a mark of Prismere upon them. Their power, since our kind returned to this world so long ago, it has been— My rule was always shared with the High King of the Winter Court, until The weave is a puzzle. Each person is a piece, the edges of their fate locking together. However, you are no longer a puzzle piece. You are a dollop of— But more dangerously, you repaint the picture of reality itself. Who can trust that your design is better than the original?
Respect the Court of Summer. Respect the Court of Summer. Respect the Court of Summer. Respect the
Respect the court of respect.
Respect
Хм.
the Court of Summer.
Чё там по заданию?
Respect the
Surely I cannot question the wisdom of the High King, but neither can I fathom it. My deepest apologies.
I couldn't make out half of what the king was saying, but it sounds like you've got your— Good thing you won't be facing it alone. In fact, I think I've got a lead on finding an old friend of ours. Old Fomerus Hughes, of course. If anybody can help, I've been asking around and I was able to make contact with his superior. He thinks he might be— No, he's a crafty one. If he got away from those assassins in the lab, like you said, and if anyone's likely to know where he'd go to find safe haven, it'd be the Go southeast to the Hollowlands. Templar Octien will be waiting there to discuss how you might find Hughes. Beautiful city, isn't it? You can see why they don't like letting most mortals in. Even the best of us make it look like a mess. You're not the only one on the hunt for Hughes. Octien has followed his trail to the Hollowlands in Detir. You'll want—
Who would have thought you were so interesting? Death seems to have worked out very well for you. Agarth's looking for escape, Neuralim's looking for a savior, and Tatarian is looking for a champion. I'm impressed. You're right. This won't be easy. The Tuatha have our forces under siege at Mel Senshir, and you'll need more help than just me and that old Fate Weaver. You'll need an army. A few years ago, one warrior could have slipped past unnoticed, but stealth is no longer an option. But there is hope. In the plains of Erethel, there waits a player who has been away. Meet me in the village of Emer, and I will tell you everything. General Talera was in charge of our forces to the east in Cluracan. Since then, she's been looking for some way to take back the land she lost and regain her honor. You'll be on your way.
Все дрочево закончилось в этой локации.
How fare you this day? Goodbye.
Поживаю, заебись, блять, лучше всех. Ёб твою мать. Походу этот квест на 2000 будет висеть, блять, до конца игры, судя по всему. Судя по тому, что я вижу, блять. Это, я не думаю, что это хорошая идея посадить его сюда.
boggarts are back in Coilsbane where they belong. Mitharu keep
Come
you.
to town for the craft hall.
Ну все остальное. Хуй пойми где. Блять, какой-то город нахуй. Блять, интересно, эти чуваки все еще лежат здесь или нет? Съебались отсюда. Зачем я это делаю? Я заканчиваю этот квест нахуй. Все на сегодня. Достаточно. Я заебался. Никого нету, блять, скучно, пиздец. Читать эти диалоги душные. Заебало. Так, что тут у нас огранка? Обаяние. Может, обаяние поднять? Так, вот. Тут уже поинтереснее. Какая-то хуйня. Так, а это что? Я, наверное, скелета просто лучше и все. Так, мудрец. Мудрец. А что там еще остается? Чародей. Архимаг. Ой, блять. Так, что там? Ну сейчас сочки буду рвать просто, блять, в хлам. Просто пиздец всем. Ебаный данж, блядь, бесконечный. Огненный дух чемпион. Это было жаль тебя. Был слишком убог. Че это ловушка? Охуенно обезврежена, блядь. Ты и так сидишь, зачем ты еще раз присаживайся? Я понять не могу. Что за чушь? Блять. Ой, там еще 2 этажа данжа этого. Че за хуй прибежал? Боже, как легко. Че за хлам? Зачем вообще это место? Блять. Что это такое? Ух, ебать, колотить. Опять маны. Способности магии. Надсобненный урон. Восстановление маны. Оно того стоило. Ой, ёбаный в рот. Так, ну а здесь что-то кал какой-то лежит. Пососный. Ты пережил это? Серьезно? Мальчики, с кем связались-то вообще? Понимаете хотя бы? Блять. Вот это, конечно. Огненный урон. Ну, блять, -2 магии. У меня, по сути, единичка сейчас скачает. Всё. Четыре магии, по сути. Так 3 всего будет. Не прикольно это все. Привет, дневник. Болею. Болеем. Ты Кстати, первый, кто пришел сегодня. А я так-то планировал заканчивать уже. А, вот в чем подвох. Урон днем. Это дневной урон. Блять. 2 к мане, конечно, круто. Ну хуй поймешь, что мне каждый раз день, что ли, ждать. Кал какой-то. А, ну тут сам смотри. Я обычно предпочитаю сам играть в игры. Иногда, когда что-то прям совсем не хочется проходить, там тратить силы. Ух ты, ебать, чуть не сдох. Тогда можно какой-нибудь посмотреть геймплей там. Вечерком, когда лень сидеть самому. И то ты смотришь, сидишь и чаще всего думаешь, блядь, лучше б я сидел, играл. Потому что все равно любой там стример, летсплеер, он бы не стал играть, как ты. То есть, как я играю. Я, например, каждую щель здесь исследую, каждый диалог читаю. А вот ты, например, не хочешь этого делать. Ты хочешь сюжетку пробежать и все. Вот так же и с стримерами. Фига скелета прокачал, он просто этого демона разъебал. Какой душный данж. Я думал, он короткий, а он вообще бесконечный, как конца ему нету. Я даже не хочу в эту игру играть. Я когда понимаю, сколько до конца осталось, я уже что-то не хочу играть в нее. Ну, блядь, я половину прошел. Такой опять попался на эту ловушку. И на самом деле, может быть, не совсем половину, но где-то рядом с половиной. И, типа, дропать ее сейчас уже просто не с руки. Просто когда в одно и то же играешь, оно тебя утомлять начинает. Хочется немного разнообразия. А я понимаю, что если я сейчас буду что-то другое проходить, Венетику, например, ту же самую, или Гарри Поттера, то я постепенно забью на эту игру. Потом в нее тяжелее будет вернуться, я там забуду, чем занимался. Это как Bloodstrain этот, я начинал проходить, стримил его много раз. И мне там осталось, по-моему, только буквально финального босса замочить. Но, тем не менее, я не могу себя заставить тупо... Что это такое? Это... Девка подошла ко мне. Ой, она одержима немножко. Давай попробуй.
Interesting. It appears as though you have no future. Does this mean your death is nigh? I've crafted what I need, and I'm done with this woman's body. Right now, she's trying to tell you to kill me. Now burn!
Так, босс-файт. Блять, как же я силен, просто жесть. Что это такое? Квестовый какой-то предмет. В этом плане для меня Геншин идеальная игра. Сразу после завершения игры забываю, что я там делал, куда ходил. Да в Геншине там каждый месяц новые квесты выходят. Приходится играть. Ну, как обычно, только я решил полностью в магию уйти, начались мечи падать всякие, блядь. Как же заебала эта игра, нахуй, такой хуйней. И желание играть отбивает. Я ее спасти не мог никак, я так полагаю. Так, проклятый сундук. Так, что тут у нас? Сапоги темных империев. Минус 30 маны. А, да он хуже, блядь. Во всем. Только брони больше дает. А броня магу нахуй не нужна. Блядь, ну и чушь. 10-й уровень в Геншине? Ничего себе ты даешь. В принципе, хотя нет, там, по-моему, сюжетные квесты, они все-таки требуют этого. Чтобы ты поднимал там уровень. Чтобы минимальный уровень там хотя бы 35-й был. А так, весь этот дрочь уровней в Genshin Impact, он, в принципе, он вообще не нужен. То есть, если ты устал от того, что игра для тебя стала слишком легкой, тогда ты можешь поднять уровень. А в сюжетном плане ты можешь вообще там, блядь, даже не заморачиваться этой хуйней. Блядь, сейчас меня проклянут. А, нет, получилось. Что такое? Огненный урон. Урон против Нискару. Против Нискару шанс. Че за хуйня, блядь? Какие-то предметы легендарные падают, просто убожественные. А, но я пару лет играл, видишь. Вот в чем разница между нами. На самом деле это идеальная игра для телефончика. То есть вот на компе ее реально утомительно играть. Но, к сожалению, мой телефон, он не тянет такую игру, а новый покупать дорого. Потому что вроде бы и хочется поиграть в Генши, но что-то садишься за компом, он надоел за компом в него играть. Вот так, в телефончике. Она реально очень долго. Я просто понимаю, сколько там контента. Ну, где-то плюс-минус, наверное, так же, как в Амалуре, я думаю. Учитывая, сколько квестов я там не прошел. Блять, смотрю вот на все это я. Ах. Ну, я, по крайней мере, этот лес зачистил полностью, походу. Вот последний из квестов выполняю. Город за сегодня прошел. 2 часа его дрочил. Дальше будет это место. У меня скоро учеников будет экзамен, будет усиленная подготовка. Снова засяду мозг очищать. Да, мозг иногда следует разгружать, иначе он может взорваться.
It was Nuala Ignis who stirred the magics of Aod? At least now we may What is this? You caught her crafting this, you say? Remarkable. Just utterly remarkable. That might explain her behavior. Breaching the seals of Aod should have been far beyond her capacity. Not to mention whatever this is. I have never seen the like. You have done well. I have another assignment for you when you are ready. Adept Fell recently began investigating some disappearances in Melaglia. I haven't heard from her in some time. I want you to go to Melaglia.
Тут как в Обливионе квесты фракции, они не взаимосвязаны. Это все отдельная история.
Melaglia is a trade hub between the great cities of Odessa to the... Lately, however, the town has been experiencing... For generations, the lords of Candrian... Candrian Keep is the ancestral seat of Archsage. He is the most powerful sorcerer alive. If he ever asks anything of you, neophyte, north and east, I will be setting out for Rathir shortly. Where did I put my quill?
Так, куда он меня отправил? Ну все, теперь точно я убежден, что это все говно. Сюда можно больше не ходить. Я сделал все, что игра мне предложила. Я задрочил эту локацию на 100%. Я считаю. Может, что-то и осталось, но я не знаю, не видел. Очень много текста в игре. Вот читать все это. Ладно, я устал. На этом игру можно закрывать. Это только начало. Это Ubisoft представляет. Знаешь же этот мем Ubisoft представляет? Когда ты сидишь, играешь часов 20 в игру, проходишь и выходишь с этого острова там какого-нибудь, и появляется надпись Ubisoft представляет. Это только начало. То есть эти 20 часов, в которых ты играл, ты еще даже не начал. Тебя ждет еще впереди. Все, приключения. Ладно, спасибо, что зашел. Я, короче, отключаюсь.